morning, everyone. Today is Monday. It's actually 1:30, so it's not morning anymore. But last night I took all of my tomatoes out of the freezers that I've been saving through the gardening season, which was a bunch. And today I am making spaghetti sauce and barbecue sauce. So here's my spaghetti sauce, and this one is my barbecue sauce. And they are almost done. You can see it's getting pretty thick. I mean, not like super thick, but it leaves tracks. So it's thickening up. I have my canning pot on the stove now. If you guys ever want to see how I make my spaghetti sauce, let me know. And next year I will make a video on it. But I just want to let you know what was going on today. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday evening and I spent the day mowing, and thank goodness I did, because now it is pouring rain. So I'm glad I got the mowing done when I did. I'm soaked just holding the door open for that long. But I'm glad I got the mowing done when I did. I had no idea it was supposed to rain today. And I'm also glad that we got that concrete done on Saturday, because it had Sunday and Monday to cure before getting all of this rain. Maybe tomorrow it won't rain. I say that, but I just looked at my phone and I know it's gonna rain. So I guess we'll see what happens for the rest of this week. Hopefully we can get something accomplished. See what happens. Ooh, thunder. Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday and we don't really have anything going on. I just wanted to give you a couple of updates of things that have been going on. But if you'll notice, there are only 2 white turkey poults there. A couple of days ago, the little black poult wasn't feeling too well, I guess. I let Miss Brown out in the morning with her babies, and it just kind of sat there, and she was leaving and it wasn't going. So I went in to check it out and it ran away from me and ran up to Miss Brown. So I knew it didn't feel well because it kept sitting down, but there really wasn't much I could do. Miss Brown wouldn't really go very far without it, and every time I tried to get near it, it ran up to Miss Brown. So anyways, that night, Miss Brown came back to go to roost with her chicks, and the black one was not with her. I searched the whole place, and I'm assuming that it just laid down and decided that life wasn't worth it. So that one's gone. We're just down to the 2 white turkey poults now, but that's fine. She's a great mama. She stays right with them, takes care of them really good. We have open house tonight for Mikey. He is going to start public school this year. I do enjoy homeschooling Mikey, but he's getting a lot more difficult to homeschool because he doesn't want to do the work. He doesn't want to put any effort into it. And I feel that this year, because next year he'll be going to the high school, this year it's important that he make some friends and work on his social abilities. So I think it's best for him to go to public school, and that will be starting in like 4 days. So tonight is the open house. We will go and meet his teachers, and yeah, he does not like school, so it's gonna be fun. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Friday, and I just wanted to give you a little update. I have been in this kitchen all day. I got a mess in here, and it's like 100 degrees in here. I have the doors open, the windows open, the AC's blowing on the fan, and it is super, super hot. Let me show you what I got done. I made 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more in there. We picked our pears the other day, or probably about a week ago, and they're now ripening. So I wanted to use a lot of those up because we don't eat a ton of pears, all at once, and you know, pears don't stay good for very long. You pick them, then they ripen in the house, and once they're ripe, then they start going bad immediately. My timer went off for my pressure canner. So I also have the pressure canner going, which is done for the time being. Those are just some dried beans. I have some more in here just staying hot until the pressure canner is ready. So I've got, I think, 6 quarts in the pressure canner, and then I've got 4 more quarts here. I did Great Northern beans and pinto beans. I made some baked beans last night, and I went and grabbed a jar, and I noticed that I only had 1 or 2 jars left. I don't remember. So I figured today would be a good time to get beans done, because I knew I also had to make the pears. So I just wanted to do everything all at once. So with the pears, I made pear jam, and I was going to share the process with you guys, but I started super early, and I've just been like running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to, you know, had to soak the beans for an hour, dump them out, reboil them, get the zucchini bread started. That takes an hour to cook, so that was in the oven, out of the oven, and then working on the jams at the same time. So here's the pears. This is pear jam. Never had it before. It's very clear. There's not much. You can see the pears are up here at the top, and then it's just clear like jelly on the bottom. So yeah, I've never made it before, never tried pear jam before, but last year I canned up just pears in a light syrup, which we absolutely love, but we still have enough of those left for at least another year. So I won't need to can just pears until probably next year. And I just got the recipe for this pear jam out of my Ball Blue Book. It's the guide to preserving, and they have a recipe in there, page 52, on pear jam. So that's where I got that. Anyways, that's what's been going on today. We don't really have a whole lot to do outside at the moment, just because I have got to get all this food preserved. I have now used up the last of the zucchini on all this zucchini bread, so I have no more zucchinis to worry about. I do need to finish doing something with the pears. I have to make bread tomorrow, so I might actually try making some pear butter tomorrow while I'm making the sourdough bread. So, but it's super hot. All right, guys, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, and we are going to try to make some pear butter. I've never had pear butter, never made it. I found the recipe in my Ball Blue Book guide to preserving, and I want to do something with my pears other than pear jam and just sliced pears. So I have this bowl of pears. If anybody knows what kind of pears these are, I have no idea. But I'm going to use these today and try to make some pear butter with them. It seems like a super easy recipe. So I put a half a cup of water in my pan, and now I'm going to peel, cut, and chop these and throw them into my pan, and then we'll go from there. So if anybody here, oh, come on. Never mind. If you can hear the thunder, it just started storming outside. So these aren't super easy to peel. Now we have 2 kinds of pears up there. We have these, which have like a brown coating of some sort over the skin. And then we also have these kinds of pears up there. I don't know what either one of them are. They were here when we bought the place. So they both taste good. We used both kinds on the canned pears that we made last year. But if anybody's ever made pear butter, let me know. These are gonna brown pretty quick, but I'm not gonna worry about it because they're gonna get cooked anyways. So I'm just gonna get these all peeled and into the pan. Let me get these all peeled and chopped up, and then we'll go from there. That is a very large pear. That's the size of a softball. Okay, we have all the pears in this pot here with a half a cup of water. And I did put it on low while I was cutting up the pears just to get it going. So now the recipe says to cook them until they're soft. So I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. I will be back when these soften up a bit. I don't know if these are ready yet. They don't feel like super soft, but I'm gonna see if my immersion blender will break them up a little bit. So that's working pretty good. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, gonna turn that down even more because it's splashing and it is very, very hot. It looks like a really thick applesauce. We still have some chunks in it though, so I could put it through my tomato mill, but I think that would just, I don't know. Maybe it would make it too runny, but I don't know. I've got this down on low now and it's still popping and splashing me. It's super, super hot, so be careful if you do this. This is really, whoa. Okay, that is really, really splashing out of the pan. It's just like going straight up. So we need 4 cups of sugar. You know what? I'm gonna put this in a bigger pan because I really don't enjoy getting burned. And adding that much sugar is gonna bring the level up higher. So I'm gonna put it in this taller pan. Just more dishes for me to do, but that's all right. So we need 4 cups of sugar, which I just happen to have in my 5-gallon bucket with Gamma Seal lid on it. I need to refill my containers, but I used a lot of sugar yesterday on the jams. 1, 2, counting with MJ, 3, and 8. We need to stir that sugar in until it dissolves, so I'll put the flame back on low. Okay, so that sugar dissolved like right away. I'm actually gonna change out my plastic spoon. I melted it yesterday making jam, but I found my spoon. I really wish I could find a longer spoon because when I'm making like spaghetti sauce, the spoon just is not long enough. So we need 1/3 cup. You're also supposed to add in some orange peel, but I'm not going to do that. For one, I don't like orange peel in my food, and for 2, I don't actually have an orange right now. Okay, so we need a 1/2 teaspoon nutmeg, and that's about all that's in there. So I'm just going to toss that in. This is real life, people. I don't shop. I don't check my recipes and then go shopping for it. I look at a recipe and I'm like, yeah, I think I have all that stuff. And sometimes I find out I don't. But we'll make it work. So we're going to boil this down now until we can mount it back up on the spoon like we did before. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to heat up, I need to very, very quickly get my bread dough going because it's about to crawl out of its bowl. So, get this out of the way. So I need to do this super quick before my pear butter starts boiling. I have my pans. So there's my bread dough. It's very, very bubbly and ready to go. Take off my rings. Wow. Spray my pans down. They're a little bit wet from being washed this morning, but I think they'll be okay. All right, we need to split this dough in half. It's alive. I was actually a little bit worried about this dough because after I mixed the dough, we went down to the neighbors to pen Fancy up so that we can get her back home. And I totally forgot that I needed to be here to do my stretch and folds every 30 minutes. So we were actually gone for almost 2 hours. So I didn't do the stretch and folds right away, but I got them done when we got back. So, but the dough looks fantastic. It's nice and bubbly and acting normal. So I guess waiting those 2 hours to do the stretch and folds didn't hurt it any. It's very full of air and doing really, really good. It's so big. Okay. Uh-oh, that one almost didn't fit in the pan. I think I got more in this pan than the other pan, but that's okay. I'm just trying to stretch it out just a little bit to help the pan better. But as you can see, this pan is pretty much already full, and then this one's down some. So, but that's okay. We're gonna set them aside and cover them up and let them rise. I did put the half-pint jars into the canner, and I put that on medium so that my jars can heat up. Okay, I just shut off the pear butter. I don't know how thick it's supposed to be. Right now it's kind of like an applesauce. So we're gonna try that, and next year if we feel like this wasn't thick enough, we can make it thicker next year. But I've got my jars all heated up. Was that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Isn't there another? There's another one in there. Okay, got our funnel. We're gonna fill these up to 1/4 of an inch from the top. It should thicken as it cools. Err on the side of caution and just make it a little bit thinner than what I thought it might be. Like, I was watching it and I was thinking, well, it could be thicker, but I don't know how much it's gonna thicken as it cools. So I'd rather be cautious and have it a little bit wetter than to get it too thick. Just wipe down the rims because I tend to make a mess. And we want the rims nice and clean so that the jars will seal. And I always use vinegar when I'm wiping the rims, just because like if you get sugar or something on there, the vinegar will cut through it and make sure it's nice and clean. Now we only have to process these in a water bath canner for 10 minutes. Same as jams and jellies, and we're going to put those on just finger tight. Alright, we're going to stick these in the canner. So we've got 7 half pints of pear butter. Okay, so we're going to bring this up to a boil and then boil it for 10 minutes. It's actually starting to boil right now. But we want a hard boil, so probably just a couple of seconds, and this is going to start a rolling boil. And then we will just boil it for 10 minutes and then take them out and let them cool. So if you guys have extra pears that you don't know what to do with because you've already made everything else, give this a try. It does taste wonderful. So give this a try, and we will see you next week, guys.